What's going on? My name is Alex with Portland Event Films, and today I'm going to do a review of this expensive little device called the LiveU Solo and how this has changed the way that I can live stream events. Hey, what's going on? My name is Alex with Portland Event Films. We are an event production company and live streaming service in the Portland, Oregon area. And I want to talk about this device called the LiveU Solo. Some of you might have heard of it, might think about purchasing it, but I want to explain some of the things that I didn't really know about this and what I know now, and maybe helping you decide if you want to purchase it. By no way this video is sponsored, but if you're gonna buy this thing, go buy it from the video guys. I've watched a bunch of their videos, and the reason why I say go there is their customer service is amazing. If I have a problem with this, I get on the phone, I call them and I say, hey, can you guys fix this? If they can't fix it, I put in a support ticket for LiveU Solo, and then they can boost it up. I put in an email, like the next morning I wake up, they got a solution for me. So the other day, I didn't have, this was not working with my Ada Mini. I was streaming to YouTube and this audio was really robotic. I called up the video guys. They put in a support ticket to LiveU Solo. I woke up the next morning, turned this on, and says, you have a firmware update. Went to my email and they said, hey, we're going ahead. We're looking at your problem. This should fix it. And boom, they put in the firmware, and within a day I was up and running and rolling. So that's why I suggest buying with them. It's only because of the customer service. And like I said, when I call them, it's not a run around. They're a small company and they get to me like right away. So I really appreciate how they help me running, because this is a little pain to get set up, but once you're set up and rolling, it's good to go. Let me show you a couple things. So one, it came with this case, but me personally, I put a hot shoe mount on here so that way I can mount it on my camera. I think they have some bracket that you can mount it to a bracket, but it's like $100. If you can get a hot shoe, drilled a hole, screwed it in here, and now I can mount this on top of my camera. This, I think, is meant to be a belt loop so that way you can walk around with it, but I wanted it right on top of my camera. So that's one thing that I did. Now, another thing that they told me is this is only for the LiveU Solo. You can't use these for internet. So let me back up. So when you buy this, you can buy the HDMI version or you can buy the SDI version. Kind of wish I bought the SDI version. I'm not really sure yet. It hasn't came into play where I needed it, but I went ahead and bought the HDMI version. So this was, I think, $9.95 by itself. I purchased these, which comes with the 2 data plans. So it's like another $400 for this. So I paid like $1,500 for the whole thing, give or take some change, because I bought through the video guys and they offered like 5% off this whole entire package. So it's about $1,500 just to get this by itself. Now, how much does it cost a month? $300. That's a lot of money for just having internet, but I just built it into my price when I do my different services. As soon as I bought this, I got to do a funeral service that it was a gravesite, which had no internet. And then I had a second one come up a couple of weeks later. And within like 2 events, it pretty much paid for itself. If I didn't have this equipment, then there's no way I'd be able to use it on those events. Now, it advertises that you cannot use these as internet dongles. That's kind of a lie, because I plugged these into my computer when I went camping and I was able to get internet directly into my computer just using one of these. Now, you have a Verizon one and then you have an AT&T one. So whatever area you're in, whatever signal that's gonna best, it's gonna switch. Now, in that $300, that's their LRT bonding service. So they have a cloud service which takes in, you have Ethernet, you can connect Wi-Fi, you can connect 2 of these, and also a hotspot. And what it will do is it will combine all those signals to make one strong signal. So you could get 1 megabyte from here, 1 megabyte from here, 2 megabytes from Ethernet, and then 1 megabyte or something from a Wi-Fi signal to create a strong signal. If one of those signals go down, it will automatically switch and then your stream won't get shut down. So that's why I love this box, and I think this is a must-have. Now, how do you do this with YouTube? Now, you can sign into a YouTube account, a Facebook account, but what I suggest doing is do a generic RMTP. And what that means is I will go into my YouTube, I will create an event, because usually I'm creating funerals or church services, so it's usually 2 or 3 weeks out. So I'm scheduling that event. So when I schedule that event, then I go into LiveU Solo, and then I create that event, and I just need the stream key, the URL, the name, and what profile, what I want to stream in. So I always stream in 720p. And once I create that event, this is the very important part, is you have to select auto start. So as soon as YouTube sees this online, go online and connect. Soon as that stream that you scheduled gets a signal, it will automatically go live. And what that does is you can use this in your camera, and you can automatically go to YouTube, and you can go live without having to use a computer. So this box here eliminates having to do like OBS and connecting to a computer. You can just go directly to YouTube and not have a computer. I would use a phone to check to see the signal, but other than that, you don't need a computer, and this thing just eliminated a computer. So a lot of times when I'm out on location, like when I do my like gravesite services, I usually only use one camera, one audio source directly into this, so that way I have no power. This has a battery built into it, and it'll last for about 2 hours connected to my camera, and it's amazing. It's been a great solution. The only challenge is you need to have a camera that you can run the audio into the camera, and then the audio will come across the HDMI into this little box, and the audio and video is all synced up, and it's amazing for my company, and I absolutely recommend it. It's really expensive at first, but once you buy the box and you pay for the service, as long as you got a good business model, it will pay for itself. So getting started with the LiveU Solo is a little bit complicated. You got to go to a different website than their sales website. I think it's solo.liveu.tv. And when you get there, the first thing you need to do is you have your modem number on the back. You need to register this unit, and then you need to select the data plan. Now, the first thing that you're going to choose, if you just want the cloud service, which kind of bonds all the signals together. So if you don't purchase these two separate modems, let's just say you want to take in Ethernet, and then you want to use Wi-Fi, and then you want to bond those two signals together, then it's going to be $50 a month. But if you're going to use these two modems and be able to connect everything together, then you're going to want the full data package. So that includes the cloud-based service, and then also the price for these two to be the modems and the data. The good thing about this versus trying to get it on your own is there's no cap. There's no data limit. You're not going to be streaming and all of a sudden it's going to get throttled. So that's the benefit of buying with them. And not only that, but you can either buy your service in a year and get a couple months free, or you can pay per month. So let's say there's a month that I'm not using. Let's say you use this for school events, but during the summertime you don't use it. You can turn it off and then restart it again when you need to reactivate it. So that's really cool depending on what you need this for. Now, the one thing that is really cool about the LiveU Solo, let's say you're streaming for an hour and then all of a sudden you need to take a break, or you have some technical difficulties, the camera gets disconnected, it will stay connected to YouTube, and the YouTube video will stop or say, we'll be right back. And then once you connect the camera, it will continue with the stream. So when you go to playback, even though you didn't edit the video and you had an hour gap, it will look like a seamless period. So there's been many times where I've had the camera on and then we had to unplug it and switch to a slideshow. That gap in between that we switched to the slideshow was not there. It just went back to back soon as it got a signal. So this is really smart when it comes to talking to YouTube. I've been at a service where I had to end the service, but I couldn't do it until I got home. So then when I got home, I ended the service. So it took me an hour and a half to drive home, and when I ended it, it ended it right at when the video signal was lost. So it's pretty intelligent when it talks to YouTube, when it picks up the internet signal and the video signal. So if this drops internet, it's not going to kill the YouTube stream. If the video is not plugged into it, it's not going to kill the YouTube stream. It's just going to say, hey, we're having technical difficulties, or we'll be right back. So it's one of the benefits over going to, OBS, because like OBS, once the internet signal is gone, then it could end your stream, where this keeps the stream up and you don't have to like recreate another stream. And I know I've done that before when I've been doing an event. We accidentally push start on one stream and we weren't ready to, and then we had to create a new stream, and it can be a nightmare. So using this is almost like an extra layer of protection of not accidentally starting a stream or getting disconnected, and it's a piece of reinsurance for me, and I definitely recommend it for that purpose alone. Thank you guys for watching this. If you guys have any more questions about the LiveU Solo, leave them in the comments below. Like I said, I will link you to the video, guys. That's who I suggest buying it from, just based alone on their customer service, and you get 5% off when buying this. So thank you guys for watching this video. My name is Alex with Portland Event Films. Have a good day.